Is the Softer Side of Life, and we are celebrating International Quilting Day, which was yesterday. We're bringing you all the juicy deals today and loads of extra reasons to shop with us today as well. Every single person that places an order over £20 or $20 is going to get a free gift. They are going to get some of the legendary quilting clips. Every single order will have one of those, of course, if it's over £20 or $20. Now, also, to celebrate International Quilting Day, I need to let you know that there's 10% off all fabrics across the whole website, across everything you see here on Crafters TV as well. And I'll remind you about that as we go through the show. Don't forget also, it is the last day to avail of the bonus points. If you're spending £25 or dollars, you'll get 50 bonus points. Spend £50 or dollars, you will get 100 bonus points. Spend £75 or dollars, you will also get 150 bonus points, which is fantastic. Now, talking of last days to grab deals, it's also your last chance today to get hold of the Get It, Got It, Good, which is a brand new deal which launches every single Monday. And this week, Get It, Got It, Good is this is my favourite one yet, because these are my all-time favourite stamps and dies. We're talking about the staycation stamps and dies. You've got the Winnebago in here. Oh yeah, you've got the camping set, the beach hut set, the caravans there as well. But it gets even better because we're also including for you this awesome paper pad. It is the 12 by 12 paper pad, which fits beautifully with this collection. Fantastic if you want to do concept cards. It's going to work beautifully for that. £44 if you're here in the UK, $53 if you are across in the US, sorry. So make sure you grab that. It'll be a brand new one of those launching tomorrow in Wake Up Call with Craig and myself. Now, I am not here on my own. I have got a very special guest, and she has got a very special star by for you as well. How are you, Bernie?
How are you, Joe? I'm good, thank you. I made it from the studio next door, if anyone was watching Quilting Craft earlier. And, oh, you know when you really ask and you want something and they say yes? I've got this for you. So to celebrate International Quilting Day, which was officially yesterday, but we're just celebrating constantly all weekend, we've got a mystery fabric bundle for you. So it consists of 6 half meters of fabric. So they're all going to be from our fabulous fabric on our website. And I'm going to do a little tease. I'm going to do one at a time. So we could get this one, which is should I hold it up? Let me pull it that way.
That's
Look
gorgeous,
at this.
Bernie.
This is gorgeous. Don't know if I've got it upside down. It's got like, stalks. Stalks. That's like a Japanese, that's actually it was a Japanese range brought out. So we've got that one in this bundle. Oh, Joe, this is from your favourite range.
Oh, yes.
The
Love this one.
Happy. Absolutely. And these are all half metre pieces as well. So you'll get 6 different ones. So we've got that one. Now I know what it feels like getting the fabric out and having to like fold them back down. I'm just chucking them, aren't I? Oh, I love this one. So this one, look at this Christmas fabric. Look with the little robins on there. That is so cute. And that's like a duck egg blue in that one. So we've got that one in this bag. So you're going to get a random, so it is a mystery of what you're going to get. And then we've got this one, and this was some of our cotton linen. Of that navy swirl. I know I have to keep it still for the camera because I can see it going, you know.
It's making my eyes go a bit funny.
Like them weird spiral pictures. So we've got that one. And then we've got, this is our some days range. I love this range. With the little bikes on. I'll put it the right way, I get them upside down. We've got the little bikes and the little mopeds on. So you can see that there's really a really good range. And then this one here is a gorgeous, this is a great filler for if you're doing quilting. So this is a pink, like a ditzy fabric, we call this. So when you've got like a little tiny pattern, you can put so say if we put it next to that, I mean, look at them two together. Absolutely beautiful. Fantastic. Navy and pink. I love navy and pink. This is a really rich, like a French navy on that one. So you're getting them two together. So the 6, that's one of the bags you get. The one I got, so obviously I've used some of them. The ones I was getting, so I've got this one, which is from our So Retro range. I absolutely love that one. And then this was Some Days one. So these are all Riley Blake fabrics as well, the quality. And it's £20 or $25 for 6 half meters, so 3 meters of fabric. Value, isn't it? That's good going. And then we've got, in this one, I've got some more of that bee fabric. We've got that one. Another Riley Blake. Now this one, I love this one, Joe, because you've got this is like rose, like foiled accents on there.
Oh, nice.
So I'm not sure if I tilt
I can see that,
see it glistening there. Look at that. Absolutely. Oh, we can tell Charlotte's in today on the Zoom.
The Queen of Super Zoom in the building. Zoom.
Look at that glistening. Oh yes, look at it. So that's fantastic, and that's a lovely one. And then I've got some more of the Riley bricks. I've been using this one. So this isn't a ½ metre, look, because I was using it.
Well, it was a ½ metre, Bernie.
It was a ½ metre when it came to in my parcel. And then I've got some of the Linear Macawa as well. So these ones, we only actually got these back in stock last week. And I got one of them in mine as well. And the other one I've used up and cut up. So that's my... Oh no, that was 6 because it was that one that I cut up. So yeah, so that's our mystery fabric bundle. So if you want to get your hands on one of those, I think we might have to be quick because I know they've been selling well before. Quick. I did tell everyone on Friday about them.
That's probably why. That's why so many have gone already. And the great thing about these is, with a lot of our mystery bags, we'll say, you know, you can only order one because you will get multiples or duplicates. It really doesn't matter with a fabric mystery bag because even if you're getting multiples of the same fabric, you're still going to be able to pull that together and use it in the same project. £20 or $25 as a platinum member, £16 or $20. 20% though, a fifth of the stock has already gone just on the pre-sales of that mystery fabric bundle. It is going to be really, really busy. Also remember, well, you're already going to get 10% off that, aren't you? Because 10% off of all fabric. So you get 10% off of that first, making it £18. Then you'd get your Club Inspired discount on top of that. I mean, can you afford not to get it at that price? I don't think so. Do grab that. Now, what we also want you to do with this today is get a social, because lots of you have been sending us in pictures of your quilts, which is fantastic. We're going to share some of them as we go through the show. We'd love to have even more of them. If you want to send your pictures in, you can do so by emailing them to studio@craftcompanion.co.uk is where you need to send those into. Any questions that you've got, though, of course, you'll do that in the usual channels over on Facebook, Crafters TV, or YouTube, Crafters Companion. Now, I mean, we are just spoiling everyone today, Bernie, because I hear you got a giveaway as well.
I have. So again, I thought, well, you know, as a saying that we say up in the Northeast, your shy bairn's getting out. So I just asked the question the other day. I was like, any chance for International Quilting Day? I know we've got the mystery fabric bundle on, but can we do a giveaway as well? And the answer came back as, yes, you can, Bernie. So we've got, so there's a lucky viewer or commenter is going to get picked today to win a fantastic fat quarter bundle. This is our Enchanted Forest. So you're getting 4 fat quarters in there of the 4 different designs in there, which is absolutely fabulous. And not just fabric. So because it's quilting day, it's a quilting stencil. So this is our 2-piece 12 by 12 inch quilting stencils, and it's the feathers one. So you've got the feathers, you've got them gorgeous borders in there as well. Absolutely fantastic. So yeah, so get your comments in, everyone. Not only are you going to draw to win that, but also it's National Craft Month as well. So it means that, well, if you comment in any of our shows today, we're going to pop you into a draw. And I must say, the National Craft Month giveaways have been absolute bounty. So someone will win that daily giveaway, and we'll announce that in the 7 p.m. show this evening, which will be Second Chance Sunday with myself and Craig. And there is loads of stuff in today's. Take a look at what you could be winning. So you've got all of those knitwit items in there. I can see you've got rotating stamps, there's some Spectrum Noir items, some stamps in there too. Absolutely loads of stuff for you, and there's loads of stuff in the show. What I would say is about today's show, absolutely you really need to go and check the website, click the shop the show button and have a look at everything that's on the show, because we won't get time to show you everything. Now, already very busy on that mystery fabric bundle. I'm hearing something else that I know you're going to love and has been very popular in the past is the Shape Creator. Now this is just such an ingenious invention. $37.49 if you're in the UK, $44.96 if you're in the US. That becomes under £30, just over $35 for Club Inspire Platinum members. And this is going to work with all of your fabric as well, which is absolutely fantastic. So the Shape Creator then, Bernie, this is a real essential, isn't it? Why does every sewer need this in their sewing room? It is. So this piece of kit does so much. And the best part is, Joe, you've got the instructions printed on it. So if you, sometimes you get tools and you throw the packaging away, don't you? And you know, people say, keep the packaging that's got the information on. Obviously, you can come back and watch us as well on Crafters TV or on the website and on YouTube as well. We've got lots of videos on there. But this one, you've got the instructions there for what you can cut with this. It's a grid system, if you like, and all the way through, I've got some cards here so you can see. there's actually grooves in there. So if I stand this up on its end, I'm just going to pop the paper through one of the grooves. You can see how that paper is, there's grooves all the way along at 1/2 inch increments. And what that groove is allowing you to do is to put your rotary cutter blade in it. Now it has to be fine because we want it to be accurate. So that's all the grooves in there, and then you've got a grid on here as well. Say from 1/2 inch increments, so along the bottom you've got from 0 to 16, top to bottom you've got 0 to 12, so you can cut a lot of pieces on here. You've also got your angles on here as well to do your triangles, your diamonds, your hexagons, Joe. You can even do hexagons.
I don't even know what a hexagon looks like, Bernie.
I'm going to cut shortly. I'm going to cut a hexagon just for you, Joe. And you can also, now this is sort of rectangle, isn't it? You can also cut circles. So I'm going to show you how you cut circles with it. So yeah, so do you want me to do some cutting now, George?
Oh, yes, but do you know what? It's so busy on those mastery fabrics. Mastery fabrics? I don't know what they are. Mystery fabrics, that was it. So you're going to use some of those for us, Bernie. I'll get my teeth in by about 7 p.m. tonight, I reckon.
Well, I'm actually going a little bit coordinated. We coordinated, so we said last week, Joe, didn't we? We were going to do wardrobe coordination. I think we haven't done bad.
I think we did all right.
We're complementing each other.
I like that we're not twinning, but matching, which is nice. We're complementing each other without matching, which is good.
Yeah, that's the way it be. So I thought I'd do that with the fabric as well. So yeah, so I've got one of my 1/2 meters here that I've got from the mystery bundle. So I have ordered one as well, George. I put a little order in the other day.
How many have you ordered?
Just one.
Okay, just one. That's good.
I thought I'd leave some for everyone else as well. So, you know, I didn't want to be greedy. Right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to get the shape creator. And the first thing I'm going to do is line it up on my fabric. Now, I've got my 1/2 meter here and I've double folded it. Now, the first thing that people are probably going to think about using the shape creator for is cutting your bias or your binding strips, because that's one of the main ones that you're going to, when you're cutting something, you want to cut a lot of strips. 2.5 inches is a really good one. Now I'm going to get in trouble. I'm just going to move my Gemini machine out the way. I'm going to have to unplug it just so I can get in to show you this. There we go. Right, so I've got this lined up on here. And what I'm doing is I'm lining up the fold of my fabric along one of my horizontal lines. And the 0 line, I just want to shave basically the edge of my fabric off. So I'm just going to move it along like that. And I'm going to get my cutter now. You can use your 28mm in here or your 45. So either of those will work as well. And in fact, the 60 will work in there as well. But most people will use the 45 as the regular one. Now, when you come to put your blade in, what you're going to do is it's going to sit in that gap and then cut. So I think I'll do that one first. That's it, just there. So I've done my 0 one, and then I'm going to count along the bottom to 2.5. And I'm just going to cut up. Can you see that I'm not moving my fabric?
Yeah.
So if I was using a ruler, each time I would need to move my fabric.
And I guess if you're moving your fabrics, then the layers are potentially going to be moving, which means you're going to end up with a wonky strip. No one wants a wonky strip, do they?
No, that's the problem. You
don't want to strip like a donkey's back legs, Bernie.
So what I'm doing is I'm just working along, and I'm actually moving along. You can't see me behind the count on the overhead, but I'm actually nearly along the end of the table here at my sewing machine. I've got all the way along here, and I've cut up to 15, which takes me as far as there as I can. And then if I take that away, I've actually now cut 6.
Perfect.
With my edge cut off, and that is enough to bind a big lap quilt. So within them, just those few cuts there, using that, you've got those. So if you had your ruler, you'd have to line it back up, move it along, line it back up, move it along. You're not moving anything. You're just basically popping it under there and then cutting. And then once you've got your strips done, you can then start subcutting them down. So if I move these back up again, and let me put these in. So what I'm going to do is just line these back up. I'm going to line them up quite straight with each other and pop those along.
I've stole your fabrics, Bernie. I'm not sorry about it.
No, nothing's safe. Just a good job I've ordered one, isn't it? So I've just got those lined up. Now, do you know what? I've got 4 layers there. I'm going to go for it, Joe. I'm going to try 8 layers. So we recommend up to 6 layers of fabric. Oh no, I've moved my fabric now. So this is why you don't move your fabric, like you were saying. So I'm going to put 8 layers there and 8 layers there. So now what I'm going to do, I cut these strip at 2.5. I'm now going to make some 2.5-inch squares out of all of those. So I've lined all them up by eye, and now I'm putting my shape creator back on top, and I'm just lining it up. Now I haven't started at the 0 only because my sewing machine's in the way here and I don't want to move everything. But because I'm going to start at 2.5, then I'm going to go 2.5, 5, 7.5 and work my way along. So hopefully that makes sense. But you
how important is the cutting out when you're quilting, Bernie?
Oh, very important. It's so, I know people will say, oh, we'll just do it and enjoy it. However, to get an accurate cut means that you're going to have a better finish and you'll be happier with your finished item. Because especially when you get to having to think about the 1/4-inch seams and everything has to be exact, the cutting is the most, I would say, the most important part. So I've cut under here, so I had 4 layers, 4 layers, 8 layers, 8 layers. I hope I pressed on hard enough when I got to the 8 layers. However, if I take my little scraps away and those scraps away, I've now got, I don't even know how to count them, 8 lots of 8. So 8, 8, 64.
So, I mean, I'm going to...
6 4s, 24.
That's a lot of squares.
88. How long did it take me to do that?
Gosh, we'll start calling
88
you...
squares. If I wanted to then do those each one separately, I mean, you'd normally cut at least 2 layers at a time, but to get those, that's then starting on a project. So if you're starting to do projects, like we've got this table in here where we've got all the triangles and the squares in here, you know, you can have them cut in an absolute jiffy. Here, oh, look at this bag. This is fantastic. Look at this bag here.
Love that.
All in squares. So they all were 2.5-inch squares. We've got all of them on that side. We've got them all on the other side. They would have been cut in a flash with this. So like I say, you've got that, that choice of cutting a 1/2 inch all the way up to a 16-inch piece, but then you can then subcut them down. So if I just quickly subcut one of these into a triangle, all you're going to do, and again the instructions are on the side if you need to refer to them. All I'm doing is I'm lining it up, and the diagonal to diagonal, I'm just lining up on any of those grooves. It doesn't matter which one, because we're not measuring, we're cutting. Any of those from point to point. You can see my shape creator is on a slight angle, because that's fine, because you want to be at an angle that you're comfortable cutting. And then again, you've got this diamond at the end that you can start, but once you start using this, you'll see that you'll probably start further up once you get using it. So I'll take that out, and now we've got 1/2 square triangles. I can then subcut those into 1/4 square triangles as well. So when you do start quilting, you start hearing all these terms. Oh, my fabric's moved a tiny bit. Right. You'll start hearing all these terms, 1/2 square, 1/4 square, hexagons and things. But now...
And this will allow you to do all of them.
I've now got 16 1/4 square triangles. So how quick it's the
so
quickness
easy,
and the accuracy. And because you've got that groove, your blade's not going to go anywhere, so you're not going to wobble.
And I think the great thing is, as you said, you're not moving things around, nothing's coming undone, especially if you're new to quilting and cutting. It's such an easy tool for you to use. It's on a great deal for you as well. Everyone's got a great saving, but remember, Club Inspire Platinum members, you're going to save even more. Don't forget, everyone that spends over £20 or dollars is going to get some of the legendary quilting clips. A lot of people in the comments talking about using these for paper crafting and saying how fabulous they are too. I must see who's chatting away with us this morning. Laura May says, good morning all, I am so excited. See what she did there? For today's show. I have a ton of blocks, but I have not put them together yet. Today is my sign to finish a quilt. Adriana says, good morning from San Antonio, Texas. Yay for International Quilting Day. Laura May says, I may have gone a bit crazy on the bog off deals. And Shudaya says, you were fab, Bernie. I watch you on Creating Craft. Enchanted Craft Race says, I can't believe how quickly the fabrics sell out. We'll get to that in a second. Should we share a couple of the fabulous quilting pictures that you guys have been sending in? Oh, Bernie, look at this one from Karen.
Oh, that's beautiful. And I love how you've got the navy in there. Oh, do you know, I think, is that so retro? That's so retro fabric.
It's gorgeous, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the So Retro fabric. And that, we've got the thread boxes on the show as well today that actually go with the So Retro. So
yes,
that's
absolutely
fabulous.
And Doubleday sent this one in. Loving the colourways here, Bernie. How awesome are they?
Now, I know Anne actually comes to some of my sewing classes.
Oh, awesome.
So I know Anne. And Zoe, who's in our design team, also runs classes. And Anne did that with Zoe in Zoe's classes. So it's amazing. That's called a sampler quilt, Joe. So where you've got all different blocks.
Love them.
And then you put them together, but you'd put like the same colour or a couple of colours in each block, and then that ties them all together.
Fantastic.
Isn't that fantastic?
Beautiful.
Well done, Anne.
Thank you, Anne. Barbara sent this one in as well. I love the centre pieces between the blocks here. Not something... Is it just the crosses that have been added and a bit of a border to make it look different, Bernie?
Oh, yes. So that's different, isn't it? So
yeah.
You've got like the sashing, like you say, in between, but then you've got that extra sort of cross effect in there. How much does that lift that quilt? I mean, even if it had plain black sashing, it would look fantastic, but having that extra part on there is just lifting it, making it that extra little bit special. I do like that one.
Really, really beautiful. Keep them coming in, please. If you want to send them to me, it's very easy for you to do so. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. Right, we're going to go back to the mystery fabric bundle. These always sell out. The reason these sell out quickly, we didn't have a couple of these, we had hundreds and hundreds of these. A third of the stock was already gone, and we're, 20 minutes into this show. I'd be surprised if it lasts at this rate. The reason is because so many of you multi-order, and the great thing about the fabric bundles is you can multi-order, because it doesn't matter if you get duplicates. What I would say as well, it could be any of the fabrics that we stock here at Crafters Companion, but... plot twist, they are all fantastic quilting quality cotton. Let me show you what's in this one. Bernie received one earlier this week. It was totally different to the one that I'm about to show you here. You're getting gorgeous half-metre pieces. Now, some people refer to these as half yards, so there's loads of projects you can do with these. I've got this gorgeous navy and white pattern one. That is right up my Straza, that one. We've also then got something here that's a bit plainer and a little bit more ditzy, which is this one just here. I'm all fingers and thumbs today. Oh, it's not today. I was all fingers and thumbs yesterday as well. So you're going to get this gorgeous one. You could be receiving that in there. Loving this one. This one here's got a real Japanese theme to it, hasn't it? Oh, someone get me a kimono made out of that and send it to my dressing room immediately. Love that. We've also got...
When were you getting dressing rooms?
Sorry?
Have you got a dressing room?
No, it's the changing room. I refer to that as my dressing room, Bernie, obviously. We've also got this. Now, if anyone knows, I adored this bee fabric that we did. This was one of my favourites that was in it. I can't believe that is in there for you too. You're getting all of this, by the way, for £20. Well, I'd say you were getting it all for £20, but you're getting 10% off across all fabrics on the website, and you're using your Club Inspired discount too. Look at how gorgeous that's going to be. How about some little, how about covering some baubles with that for Christmas? That would just be wonderful. And this one here, oh, mon ami, get me to Paris, would you? Look at this. I mean, it's got this, I mean, if I just want to be sipping a sort of cafe au lait and munching on a pan of chocolat, looking at that one. Love it. Now, you will be getting 6 mystery ones. So, double, I'm hearing actually, some of you are ordering 4s and 5s of these. I don't blame you. If you order, of course, you're getting your discount, aren't you? So make sure you order 2 so you get that free gift of the quilting clips included in there as well. Right, loads still to share with you in this show. Very, very busy. We're going to go through the Riley Blakes. Now, we launched these not very long ago. It was myself and Lizzie actually that launched these, and we had a lot of sellouts in the show. We've worked really hard to get these back in stock. What I would say is with our fabrics that you're buying by the half metre, so it's a half metre piece. I'll open this one up for you. It's a half metre piece. If you are ordering multiples, we will cut on the metre for you. This one here, which is the first one, which is our dash daisies, is it? Totally sold out and gone. So it shows you are going to have to be real quick for these. Right, I'm going to go through them in order and share with them all for you. Look at this gorgeous one here. So this is the Grey Meadow Lane Main that you've got. This one just here, absolutely beautiful. This one here is your Grey Meadow Lane Posies, which is beautiful. I love this one. This is your Grey Meadow Lane Leaves, which is fantastic. Then you've got your pink scribbled floral, which is just beautiful as well, isn't it? Look at that. This next one here, this is your Meadow Lane floral that you've got, beautiful. This one here is your white Meadow Main, your white Meadow Lane Main, White Meadow Lane Main. That's not easy to say, is it? The next one, this is the White Meadow Lane Posies that you've got just here, which is awesome. Then we've got the Pink Meadow Lane leaves, all half-metre pieces. The next one, this is your, melone. This is your, that's how they say it in Italy, by the way, melone. This is your scribbled floral in the melon. Then you've got your dash daisies in the melon as well. Then you've got your lane floral imprint in the melone. The next one here, I love these colours. This is the Mint Meadow Lane Main. It's definitely sent to test me, these, Bernie. This is the Mint Meadow Lane Posy. And this is the Cream Meadow Lane Leaves. And finally, the Pink Meadow Lane Floral imprint. Well, I tell you what, we should get a BAFTA for that, Laura, because when we tried to sell those before, you would not have a guess at how many times we got that wrong. But yeah, we got through it. It's very busy across all of them. We've already had a sellout as well. So if you want to get your hands on these, for anyone that isn't familiar with Riley Blake, Bernie, who are Riley Blake and why are they so esteemed in the quilting industry?
So it's a family company in America. They've been running about 10 to 12 years, and I think it's the grandfather and the granddaughter, the names. So it's not one person called Riley Blake, it's two names put together. And what they do is they bring quality quilting cotton. And they have a number of onboard designers from all around the world, one of which is our Sarah. And that's how we bring these fabulous collections, because Sarah will work with the company and get these collections in. I think this is one of the biggest collections we've had in number of prints. I might have to check that back, but I really do. I think, because wasn't there 18 of these?
There was 16 today, because one of them sold out.
So yeah, I think it is the biggest collection we've had. And to be fair, the more you've got in a collection, the better. Because if you think about the fabric strip rolls, so they might get called jelly rolls, which is the trade name of them. Some of them you'll get the big 42 or 40 pieces, and it's pieces from every fabric in that range. So you've got a lot to choose from there, and they work so well together. And the colours are just amazing. Yeah. I've been enjoying working with them. They're cool to the touch as well, Joe. You can feel
yeah, they are actually.
Of a good
it's
quality
interesting you say
cotton.
that. Yeah. Really cool to the touch. And I know Sarah spoke to us about these when we launched them. She came in and spoke to us and said about the inspiration. She just wanted something that was really kind of modern, but also colourful and quite playful. So Sarah has had a hand in putting these together, which is another reason why I think they've been so popular. They are all the same price, by the way, $7.19 or $8.98. As a platinum member, $5.75 or $7.18 in dollars. However, remember, 10% off of all fabrics that you see on air here on Crafters TV and Softer Side, and across the entire website, because of course we're celebrating International Crafting Day, which is fantastic. Up next, we're going to be looking at the Threaders Shape Cutter collection, which are these two just over here. Now, these are going to create for you iconic shapes. So we've got the Dresden plate in here, and you've got the orange peel. They are two really popular traditional quilting shapes for you. As a platinum member, you can pick these up today for $25.58 or $31.94. You'll automatically get those free quilting clips in there, of course, as well, because you're getting that free gift when you're spending over £20 or over $20. Some questions still coming in about the mystery fabric bundle. If I order more than one, will I get duplicates? Potentially, you may. I don't think that's an issue, though, because I mean there's going to be so many projects. It's not like a piece of hardware, is it? Like a metal die or a pair of scissors where once you've got one you don't want another one. It's all consumable, so I really wouldn't worry about that if you're ordering duplicates. It is very busy. Over a third of the stock there has sold out and gone. A lot of you letting me know what you're shopping for this morning as well. Enchanted Craft Fairy says, I thought I heard Joe say about a free gift, the quilting clips. If that is, they are great for paper crafting too, so grab those. Michelle says, good morning, couldn't miss my favourite show. Eve B says, those daily prizes are humongous. Loving that Knitwits collection. They are. And one of you lucky lot, all you need to do is comment away on Facebook or on YouTube, and someone will win the National Craft Month giveaway. They're an absolute bounty, Bernie. Have you seen them?
Oh, I've been watching the shows and I can't believe how much stuff we're giving away. It's fabulous. And it's every day for National Craft Month. So what are we on? What date is it today? 21st. So we've still got till the 30th. Luckily, it's 31 days in March.
It is.
It wasn't February. And if it was only 28, that would have been a bit of a letdown, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you've got 9 more days after today, so loads of winners still to come, which is awesome. Now, these shape cutters then, Bernie, I'm right in thinking that Orange Peel and Dresden Plate are both iconic blocks when it comes to quilting.
They are, Joe, and we're way back in the back of the studio because we've got 2 orange peel quilts actually dressing our set. That's how much we love them. So this one here, if I show you, you can see that you've got that pattern there that's like the orange peel. And then if I just move to this one here, this is the smaller one. I mean, look at those. I mean, how cute does that look? And these are all appliqué on, but it's just absolutely fantastic. So I'm actually going to use the orange peel today. I'm going to show you some samples of the Dresden Plate, but I'm actually going to use the orange peel.
Does it remind anyone else of Pac-Man, the orange peel?
Yeah, I know what you mean, yeah. Well, you could make a Pac-Man quilt.
You could.
Using it, couldn't you?
That'd be
That would
good.
be fantastic, chasing around. And then you could use your shape creator to cut all your little squares to have the little food, is it yellow food parcels and everything. So yeah, that would be a great idea. Dresden Plate is another one, Joe, that's I'm going to show you the traditional one, what people will recognise if they've heard Dresden, or they may have seen the design, but actually not realised that it was a Dresden Plate. And what it is, it has all these blades going all the way around. So you can see that, and usually they'll be made into a circle, like a plate, and then you'd put a circle or some sort of design in the middle to cover the centre. Now we do have dies in these, but a lot of people don't use dies or prefer to cut by hand. So what we actually brought out was rulers in them. So I've got the Dresden Plate one here, but this is the orange peel, the one I'm going to show you. If I turn it round here, we'll see it better. Now we're calling them 2-in-1 because basically what you can do is you can cut half ones or you can cut full ones. And you can go from a size 2.5 up to 7.5. And when we give you that size, what we mean is that that's the size block that you can put it into on the diagonal. Because with these, you would normally applique them in some way. You can actually sew them and turn them through so you don't have a raw edge, but you would still applique them. So I'm just going to quickly flip this over, just so you can see as well on the back of ours. Oh, I've wrote on the top, look, I'll just move that up so you can't see what I've written. See the orange peel. We can see here it's giving the instructions on how to do it. There isn't a lot to learn on this, if you like. I'm going to take you through it, and then once you see it, you'll be like, oh, yeah, I know what you mean. But for anyone who's totally new who would pick this off the shelf or order it on the website, we're giving you full instructions on how you line them up and how you cut them to get a full shape, a half shape, or if you want to cut 2 and put them together. So let's have a go and see how this works. Now I'm actually going to make a round cushion out of squares.
Oh.
I know. I was having a bit play and I was thinking, you know when you want to do something different, Joe? And I was thinking, what can I do that's different? So I thought, I know we do a lot of cushions, but in the time scale we've got, it's quite a good one to show a finished sample. But I thought, right, let's do something different, do it round. So here we go. So what I've done here is I've got 2 of my fabrics, if we've still got these 2. So we've got the grey mane, and we've got I love this. I know we're not supposed to have favourites. This has got to be one of my favourites, the pink scribble. Absolutely gorgeous. Now what I did was I used the shape creator and I cut a strip of 2.5 inches. So I just laid it out like I did those ones at the start in the melon. I just cut 2.5 inch strips, full width of the fabric of those. So that was what I did first. And then, just a little bit ahead of time to save time, what I did was I've stitched them together. If I show you on this side, you'll hopefully be able to see. So I used a 1/4 inch seam. Here we go, super zoom, Charlotte. 1/4 inch seam down this side. and I've got the grey on the back, so right sides together. And then, weirdly enough, I've done a 1/4 inch seam down the other side.
So you've sewn both sides together?
I've sewn both sides.
Oh.
So I've got a tube.
Right.
So, and this is a fabric saving tip. You know I like my tips, Joe. You
Yeah,
know I
top
like my
tip
tips.
alert.
So if I put that aside for 1 second and just show you how you'd cut a full one. So what you'd do is I want to cut a full orange peel, so I'm going to get my fabric and I'm going to fold it over. Now you'll get used to how much you need to fold it over when you're cutting your shapes. And the other thing what I'm going to do for this is I'm going to grab my rotating cutting mat because it makes it easier to cut round the curves. So I forgot to get that out. There we go. I did get it out my trolley, just forgot to get it out on here. So let's pop. And the good thing about the rotating is it can turn round. So as you're going round your curves, you don't have to, when you're using a rotary cutter, you don't really want to be overstretching your body. You want to try and move what you're cutting rather than...
I never like to overstretch my body
No.
in any capacity,
To be fair, Joe.
Bernie.
To be fair, Joe, me neither. So what I've got on here, you've got, it says placement line, and just see it there, placement line, which is a solid line, and you've got a dashed line. Between those two marks is a 1/4 inch. If I want a full one, I'm going to put it on the placement line. But again, you've got them on the back of there. Oh, sorry, bit of a glare. You've got them on the back of there, so if you haven't used them in a while, you need to refresh your memory, you can do that. And then you can see that actually, you don't need to turn it over that much. So you're going to place it on there like that. I'm just going to cut the biggest one and line that up. And then I'm going to go in now. I've got my 28 here, but you can use the 45. When you get to the narrower curves, you need to use a 28 because obviously you're going round a curve. Cut round there, take this out, and then when I open that up, you can see I've got that. Now, that's a really substantial piece as well. It's not, you know, it's a good chunk there that you're going to applique on something. And then you carry on cutting. So that's if you want to cut the full ones. So, with my... magic way, I'm actually going to use my big mat for this, and I should be able to turn just to give you the effect. So what I'm going to do this time is, instead of lining up the fold of the fabric, I'm going to line up my stitch line. Now my stitch line is going on my placement line, so now when I cut this one, what I'm going to have is a orange peel made of 2 different fabrics.
Oh, awesome.
So I'm just going to line that up. And again, I'm working on that biggest piece. So again, it's like the shape creator, you've got that groove in there. And you're just going to go along like that. And then when I open it up...
Oh, that's fantastic, Bernie.
You've got that and it's already stitched. Now, here's the fabric saving bit. If you carry on going along like this, you're going to move your fabric along. You're going to go like that and cut it. Oh, you've wasted all this fabric here. Now, that's not a big amount of fabric, but this is lovely fabric and you don't want to be wasting a lot. So what do you do? So you flip it.
Love this idea.
You flip it. And once you flip it over, you've stitched it on the other side. Now, I'm going to put my placement line back on. There, line it up on the stitch line. I'm getting it as close as I dare to there. Oh.
So then you're only wasting tiny amounts.
Yeah, and I'm going to show you how much I actually had, and then look at that, how much you've got.
Perfect.
So out of that, let me get my little bag. So I cut some of these at home, and I cut the full strip of the fabric, and this is what I had left. That's what I had left out of all of it, out the strip. However, when I got to the end, I still had a little bit of space left, so what I did is I cut a little diddy one.
Nice.
And I'll keep that for another project. So you're not using a lot. That's the good thing. So what you're going to do is cut out a number of those, however many you want for your project. I actually need 4 for mine, but just to give you a quick layout of what you can do with these, like on that quilt we saw behind, they were all lined up like this. So they were all lined up, all in a row.
I guess, do you know what it reminds me of a little bit? You know, the All Achille print?
Yes.
That's almost a bit Dresden plate, isn't it?
Yes, my sister's a big fan of All Achille.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, so you can have them like that, or you could put them all together. You could put extra ones in there and make a flower. You know, you can make as many as you want. You can put as
Create
many
loads
as you
of your own
want
shapes.
in there. I'm going to use 4 to make my cushion. So let's get them.
I just want to quickly give the details, Ben, if I may, of the rotary cutters with the replacement blades, because these are going to work perfectly with this product, of course. So you've got 2 different options here. You've got the 45mm, comes with the blades. I'm right in thinking, Emma, Bernie, that these are the ones you can do them left or right-handed. Is that right?
Yeah, with those ones, you actually change over. So there's a little big sort of navy coloured nut. Yeah, you turn that, your blade comes off, and then you put your blade onto the other side on that one. But it's
Wonderful.
that squeezing action where if people struggle to hold them, you've got that squeeze action on there so that it retracts. As soon as you leave go of the handle, it retracts. Whereas on the other ones, if people aren't very good with their thumbs to push it back, that one's a different option.
Awesome. It's got a nice big chunky handle, this one, isn't it? And we've got it in the 65mm version for you as well. You buy the cutter, you get the blades totally free of charge, which is awesome. I need to let you know, I'm going to give you a big stock update soon on those mystery fabrics. It's really, really busy there, guys. If they're in your baskets, definitely think about checking those out. You guys are loving them. We're going to break the internet in a minute, Bernie. It's so busy.
Oh, it will. I'm sure it won't be the first time I've caused problems, Joe. When we had them plates the other week and I just broke everything, didn't I, with them? Right, so I've had my shape creator out again. This time I've got, this is the off-white posies. Isn't this beautiful? Say you just keep looking at it, and I know I do keep some fabric to look at it, but I think sometimes you do need to use it. You do want to cut into it and use it. So I've cut here, if you want other sizes, I cut the biggest size of the orange peel, and I've cut a 10.5-inch square. And this is where I'm going to turn the square into a circle. So what I'm just going to do is I'm going to line up my seam of my orange peel just under. So if I flip that back, you can see that where my seam line is just lining up on the outside of there. And then I'm going to do the same on this one. Now I'm doing it with the pink on the inside. And this actually gives the effect of what's called a cathedral window as well. When you see it, if you look on that online, you'll see cathedral window and you'll see this sort of design. And just by doing that 10.5 inches, as a miracle, they match up at the corners.
Perfect.
So now, can you see how I've now turned a square into a circle?
Love that.
There we go. So what I need to do, Joe, is I need to use a little bit of our stick and spray, and I'm just going to spray the pink onto the cream, and then I'm just going to do a quick stitch line all the way around just to stitch that, and then we're going to put it together and make a circle cushion.
Fantastic. Absolutely. Love that. Loads of you letting me know what you've been buying, which is fantastic. Christine says, got the mystery fabric bundle and the shape creator. Kristen says, thank you for the mystery bundle. I love a surprise. Karen's gone for the shape creator. She says, it's the best present I've ever been bought. Anne-Marie says, the shape creator is so time-saving. I love it. Rosalind, loving the shape creator too, says, it really helps cutting all of those lines. Paints and Glitter. What a great name on YouTube, Paints and Glitter. Says, I wish I had the shape creator 20 years ago. We haven't got a time machine, I'm afraid, Paints and Glitter, but we can send it to you in a few working days for sure. Michelle says, hello Bernie and Joe. I'd lost my sewing mojo for a while, but I've been catching up on the older shows and I'm going to give it a go today. Bought the mystery fabric bundle now and the fabric cutter earlier too. Joanne says, I've just started watching your shows this weekend. I bought the Gemini Pro and Builder Block set of dies on HSN. I already played with cutting quilting blocks and it is so easy. Hadassah says, well, first time seeing the shape creator, blown away at the time you'll be saving with that. Pamela says, ooh, that's just how she's typed it. I need this shape creator and I'm a newbie to sew. Well, you've got a great deal on it today. Kay says, love the shape creator and the mystery bag. I think I will have to get both of those. Just treat yourself. Michelle says, the rotary cutters are phenomenal. I own several sizes. I highly recommend them. Laura May loves the Riley Blake. Still very busy on those over on the website. Will Jewett says, Joe, slow down. You might split your trousers again. Mind you, Bernie could sew them up in no time.
What's happened there, Joe?
Well, I was telling a story yesterday about an incident I had at Hammersmith Tube Station where I fell down the stairs holding a sausage and McMuffin and a cup of coffee.
Did you keep holding McMuffin?
The McMuffin didn't survive, neither did the coffee. Coffee got on me, the muffin went flying, and I had to then take the tube all the way to Kensington with a split from literally front to back. And I had to pin myself back together again.
Well, if it happened today, I could have sewn.
You could have sewn them up for me. You could indeed. Trish says, Bernie, I mostly do paper crafting, but watching you these last couple of Sundays makes me want to go back to sewing as well. You remind me of how much I loved it. Thank you for your beautiful self.
Lovely.
What a lovely message that is from Trisha. Heidi says the craft month has definitely been fun, especially here on Crafters TV. Nona has got a question. Nona from Whitby says, is there a reason why it's called orange peel, Bernie?
So it's a traditional name for it, but I haven't done my research, Joe. I'm really sorry. So we might have to.
Is it because it looks like an orange segment?
Unless it's because we've got apple core, which is like that. So it could be that. I need to do my research on it, but I would guess it is probably because of the shape of that. Thinking of apple core, and obviously we have clamshell, so clamshell's like a clamshell.
Just does what it says on the tin read, doesn't it?
Exactly.
Hadassah says, Bernie's knowledge and talent is so amazing, it silences me. No wonder she is the Limerick Queen.
Oh, well, you see, I've got a bit of a problem today because I'm not watching, I'm here. So if anyone's got any limericks, if anyone's made any up. Now, I have made one for you, Joe, when I was driving in this morning.
Right.
And if you give us a couple of minutes, I'll get it back in my head.
All right.
I'll do it for you. Yeah.
Bernie has to put herself into a very very special mental space, the limerick mental space, and she does some chanting and stuff, and they all come flying back to her. Helen says, Soft Side is so lovely to listen to and watch. It's lovely to see the tools being used, so we can use them correctly. Keep up the excellent work. Michelle says, if you don't own the rotating cutting mat, I highly recommend. It's worth every penny. Kathy says, wow, magic, square into a circle, that is magic. Mum of 4 boys says, I love these shows. Bernie motivated me to turn my sewing machine on. That's great, because you can't get much done with it turned off, can you, Bernie?
No, you can't. Now, Joe, I'm slacking because I didn't switch my iron on. So I'm just going to give this a little bit of a finger press, and I'll pop it on later and give it a final press. So I've finished that front, so we can see the front there. So we can see now how I've turned a square into a circle. And this is the cathedral window effect. So what you could do is put loads of these together, and it's like a cathedral window. And again, that's another traditional patchwork name. There's a lot of traditional names in patchwork. A lot of them we don't have a clue what they mean, and it's just one of them. That's what it's called. So I've measured this, and when I measure this, I'm just measuring it. So this is where you can use your mat. So don't forget you can measure on your mats as well. So this is 14.5 each way. So I've done like an envelope back, so I've done 2 rectangles, and I've done it so it overlaps in the middle, and I've just turned them over once and once again, and then just stitched along there. And I've been using the threads that we've got on the show, because they're absolutely lovely. They're lovely for top stitching. So I need to make this 14.5, but actually what I might do is make it 15. So if I line it up on my 15 there, it gives me a little bit of leeway. So I'm going to put these right sides together. So this is like when you're doing a cushion envelope back, you've got that centre bit in the middle, so we've got our gap to put our cushion in, and then I'm going to take my top, if you like, and turn it over. And you can see when I turn it over how that's actually being constructed. So here's the orange peel here, and the seam just runs around that 10.5 inch square thereabouts. So I'm going to put I'm going to put pins in here, because I can't really use clips because I'm not at the end. Now, another top tip is when you're sewing a circle onto something, if you sew 2 circles together, you've got to really match up the circles. However, if you have 1 circle and 1 square, you don't have to worry about your bottom piece of fabric moving. So let me pop just a few in, and then I'm going to stitch all the way around here, and then when I've trimmed it, Joe, it's finished.
How fantastic.
I finished
What an
another
awesome
demo
project.
in like 2 weeks running. How amazing is that? That's a record in itself, isn't
Maybe
it?
you're going to be Demo of the Week again, Bernie, as
Well,
you were,
I know. Thank
Demo of the
you
Week
so
last
much
week.
for that, Joe. You were really in my corner last
I'm always in your corner,
last
Bernie.
week. So what happens to our demos of the week now? Do they...
Well, you get a star and you get the admiration and the love of your colleagues.
Oh, that's so
I mean, it's a
kind.
money can't buy prize.
Well, that's where it is. That's where it is. Right. So I'm just going to stitch all the way around here. It doesn't matter where I start. I'm just going to whiz all the way around.
You used a spray earlier. Was it the stick and spray, Bernie?
The stick and spray, yeah. Oh, I've just got caught. Just the temporary one.
Awesome.
So it was just to hold them in place.
A lot of some of you in the US are asking what that spray is. It doesn't ship to the US at the moment from our website. So if you're in the UK, you'll see it in the Shop the Show category. But in the US, it isn't there. I'm sure you'd be able to pick up an alternative, a repositionable spray fabric adhesive. Essentially, is what it is. So I hope that helps.
Or a glue stick if you can't get hold. I mean, the spray is great. If
Even
you can't
like
get
a
hold of
normal, like a Pritt stick glue
it. The
stick.
glue stick, as long as it's one for fabric, so
Okay.
it needs to be one that'll work with fabric. So if there's a lot of craft ones out there that'll say that it works with on fabric. The other thing is you can just pin it. You know, the glue's better because it's keeping it in place more, but you could just pin it in place.
Do you know when you have the right glues at home, right? I'll share this with you. You feel like such a grown-up, Bernie. I may have had a few drinks and bought an Apple Watch the other week, and then woke up the next day and thought, why on earth have I bought an Apple Watch? I don't even want one. So it turned up, I had to send it back. Now normally I'd scramble for tape, right, to stick the label on, send it back.
Yeah.
Well, I had Col Out all-purpose glue, didn't I?
Well,
So
there you
literally,
go.
I glued the label on and sent it back, and I felt peak grown-up. The irony that I'd had a couple of drinks and ordered an Apple Watch, it sort of undid it a bit, Bernie. Sort of undid it a bit.
Well, he's the one. So last week, obviously, it was Mother's Day, wasn't it? And my mum had got a present for me off the dog and the cats, as she does, bless her.
She got you a present from the dog and the cat?
Yeah.
That is cute.
It was a lovely plant and a little tile ornament. Anyway, she couldn't find me sellotape, so she found me glue, and she used the glue to wrap the present up and stick the paper.
Wow.
So there you go. So it's not just you, Joe. I've got my
Little
mum.
crafty hack indeed.
Got my mum raiding my stash already. Right. So if I turn that over, have I sewn all the way? Yeah. So I've sewn all the way around. All I'm going to do now is I'm just going to trim this, Joe. Now I'm going to be brave and do it with my rotary cutter. If you are cutting freehand with a rotary cutter, just be ultra careful and keep your fingers behind the blade.
Okay.
A top tip, rotate and cutting mat, and you can just work your way around. So I'm just going to go around, and I say I haven't left a gap because it's got that envelope back on the back of it. So you see,
so
I'm
we
just
don't need to
keeping
turn it-
my fingers.
So you've already got your turning gap, of
Yes,
course, yeah.
because I overlap those fabrics. So
I
you
love
see-
a pillowcase with an envelope back, I must say, but I've got pretty big pillows and they are so hard to get in those backs.
Oh.
I think I either need smaller pillows or bigger pillowcase. I've
Yeah,
got a bit
well,
of a
you could-
sizing issue going on, Bernie, at home at the moment.
Yeah, you could take a little bit of stuffing out of your cushions.
Oh, yes.
You could do that.
That's a good idea.
So there we go. So I've cut all the way around there. Now, I've been turning all my squares into circles because I didn't have a circle cushion pad.
Right.
So I made one.
Oh, wow.
So I'll
we
show
just
you
cut
what
a
I
bit of a
did.
corner off.
Right, I'll show you what I did. Let me get a cushion out of here. Is there I need a cushion. Oh, I can't find a cushion pad. I can't find a cushion pad that I can take out. So this was a square cushion, okay? Not an expensive one, just, you know, your local hardware shops that you get. And what I did was, I got hold of the corner and I shook it to get all the stuffing out the way. So you know, like you want to try and get the stuffing into the corners when you get a cushion, it's
Yeah.
always never in the corner. So I got it so it didn't have anything in the corner, and then I just put that under my sewing machine and just roughly sewed round it and then cut it round. And then again on that one, I just cut it round.
What? So this is Life Hacks with Bernie,
Yeah.
isn't it?
That's it. Because if you go and try and buy a circle cushion, I tell you what, Joe, they're not cheap. And obviously at the minute you've got to order online as well. They're not cheap, so if you've got a square one, you can use the square one.
Love that one.
So I'm going to turn this through.
Breaking news for people in the USA, HSN has a bundle of the stick and spray and the stick and stay for fabric. So get over to the HSN website if you're in the US, search for Crafter's Companion Threaders Fabric Spray, after the show obviously, and you can order it right now on the HSN website. How exciting is that?
That's good, because it's not, I know, it's, I mean, I love the sprays, but I always am a little bit, feels sorry that we can't send them over to the US, but to have them on HSN, that's really good.
Fabulous.
As well. So, this is going to be a very plump cushion, Joe, but I'm going to get it finished. And I say, if you go out and buy one, it's expensive, so make your own. And I just need to, do you know, I might not even have to press it, Joe, by the time I get it all squished in. So it is a little bit of a full cushion. You can put less padding in if you want, but there
I love a comfy full cushion though.
Our circle cushion. Look at
love
that.
It. That is beautiful.
It is a bit over full. It could maybe do with a little bit of stuff and taken out. But that there is turning from cutting those orange peels. You've got that one square of fabric for the middle, your 2 rectangles on the back to make your envelope back. Sew the corners off your cushion pad, and you're done. Nice little cushion.
Absolutely. Romeo done. I love it. If you want to be creating exactly that, then you know what you need to do. The 2-piece shape creator is available for you. It is awesome, and it is those 2 traditional plates for you. So you've got the Dresden plate, and you've got the orange peel shape cutter in there also. Great saving on those there, saving 20%, and you can get your Club Inspired discount on there as well. Platinum members today, you'll be looking at $25.58 or $31.94, which is fantastic. Something else that we've got for you as well is a Threaders Shape Cutter collection. It's a different styles in this one. So in here, excuse me, you're going to get the hexagon, you're going to get the diamond shape cutter, this 45 degree and the 60 degree. You're going to get the tumbler shape cutter, and you're going to get the circle shape cutter as well. All of those in there, £75 or $92. If you're spending, well, you're going to be spending over £20 or dollars, everyone's going to get the quilting clips, which is fantastic. So everyone will get that free gift whenever you are spending over £20 or dollars after your Club Inspired discount has come off, remember. Don't forget also 10% off all fabrics, an extra 10%. So whatever you're seeing on air here on Crafters TV or across the entire website, you can have an extra 10% off to celebrate the fact that it's International Quilting Day, or it was yesterday. Gosh, we've got some, and also, don't forget about the points promotion. I'll tell you that in a second. But before I do that, I've got to let you know, there are, hundreds of you have gone for these already. 40% has now gone of the mystery fabric bundle. Remember what you're getting in here. You are getting 6 gorgeous half meters, because all of the quality, all of the cotton that we stock here at Crafters Companion is all quilting quality cotton. So you're going to get 6 mystery half meters, 3 meters in total in here for you. So fantastic value. Loads of you multi-ordering on these. Hundreds of you have gone for it already in this show. 40% of a massive stock has gone. There are loads of you in the ordering process with this as well at the moment. If it's in your basket, definitely think about checking it out. You can multi-order, because let's face it, it's a consumable. So if you have a couple of duplicates, it's really not going to be the end of the world. Remember also, you'll get an extra 10% off, because it's 10% of full fabrics, and then you'll get your Club Inspired discount on the top of that as well, which is absolutely fantastic. Now, speaking of Club Inspire, we have got a bonus points promotion for you at the moment. Spend £25, you will get an extra 50 points, which is awesome. Spend £50, you'll get an extra 100 points as well. Spend 75, we'll give you an extra 150 points. So it's, I mean, if you're spending £75, it's pretty much triple points, because you'll also get the 75 that you're going to get anyway. I know. If you are new to us here though, at Crafters TV, hello, welcome. We get loads of new viewers every single day, and we love each and every one of you. But if you are new to us and you want to know all about Club Inspire, then here's the details.
Welcome to Club Inspire, our free loyalty club. As a member of the club, you can save up to 20% every time you shop with us. For every £1 you spend, whether it's in one of our stores or on our website, you'll collect 1 loyalty point. The more points you have, the more benefits you'll receive. As a welcome present, we'll give you 20% discount with your very first order. Once you place your first order, you'll be given 250 points straight away, making you a bronze member. This will mean that you'll receive a 5% discount on all of your purchases until the end of the next calendar year, plus priority postage. 500 points takes you up to silver membership, where you'll get 10% discount plus free shipping when you spend over £20. When you get to 750 points, you'll become a gold member, which gets you a whopping 15% discount on every order and will ship them to you completely free, no matter how big or small they are. Spend over £25 and we'll send them to you via our premium next day delivery courier service. When you reach 1500 points, you'll become a platinum member, giving you the same shipping benefits as a gold member, but with the added bonus of a massive 20% discount on all of your purchases. Now on top of that, you'll receive exclusive discounts, sneak peeks of brand new products, special offers and money-saving vouchers. You'll have access to an exclusive secret Facebook group to meet like-minded friends, to find out information first and to be inspired by all the crafty makes. Become a member of our club today.
Absolutely do. It's a great place to be there in that club. It is, of course, International Quilting Day. And what that means is loads of you have been sending us in pictures of your quilts. It's not too late to send us some in still if you want to. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. Bernie, do you fancy having a little look at some more of them?
I can look at quilts all day, Joe, me.
Well, let's have a look then. Let's have a look at some indeed. Angela Teasdale sent this in. This is a very unusual one, Bernie.
So this is a disappearing 9-patch. So you basically start with a 9-patch block, and then you cut them in half one way and cut them in half again and put them back together, and it looks like, the illusion is that it looks like you've had to cut all those squares and rectangles together, but actually you've just started with nine squares.
How awesome.
And it you know, you can, depending on your fabric, it's going to look totally different. So yeah, that's absolutely lovely. I love that, Angela.
Really nice. Also, Jill sent this one in to us. That's awesome, isn't it?
It's like, they look like mountains, don't they?
They do.
Like peaks. That's really, really, really good. I love that, Gil. I love your colour choice as well. I like blues.
This is Claire's here. Well, that's a double. That's got a. Has it got a backing on it? I love the backing.
Wow. So it's got. Are they sunflower? I think there's sunflowers on the back. This is a great example, Joe, of when you make a quilt, you have the top. You make the top. It's really pretty, all your patchwork and everything. You spend loads of time on it, and then you might put a plain back on. Why not go like that and go totally the opposite way and put a bold print on there that looks fantastic? It's making it into a double-sided quilt. And also, it helps if you are still learning with your quilting, a patterned fabric on the back will disguise if you have wobbled a little bit and you're not happy. If you're looking at just a plain white back or cream back, it could stand out even more. So having a patterned one on there actually is a better idea, and I love that sunflower fabric.
Now,
That's
whose
fabulous.
is this quilt that we're going to look at next, Bernie? There's a fabulous one in the studio here, which is beautiful. Look at this.
Yeah.
What's this?
Joe, this is my masterpiece. So this was me So when we went into lockdown last year, and obviously I wasn't working a lot. I was doing some shows here, but not many, and obviously I couldn't do my classes anymore. So I thought, right, what am I going to do with my time? So I thought, I'm going to design and make a quilt. So I made this. This is foundation paper piecing. So if anyone's heard that technique before, there's over 2,000 pieces in it, and it took me 80 hours. I actually looked at times how long it took me, and I used our botanical strip rolls.
Lovely.
And I added the dark navy, which is Rose and Hubble navy, and all the strips are our botanical strip rolls. So if anyone's got any of those in their stash, you know, get them out and use them. They look absolutely fabulous. And then just on a cream background. And sadly, I did only put a plain cream back on the back of it.
Ah,
So-
well, that's all right. There's enough beauty on the front of that one, I
Yeah.
think, Bernie. There really is. That is absolutely gorgeous. Right,
Thank
Bernie,
you.
it is time to Save a Stitch, which we all love. The Save a Stitch deals that we bring you every single Sunday, they are basically where you find the biggest, deepest discounts, but you've got to snatch them up because they go really quickly. We did have a peacock collection with some fabric bits on the show for you. Totally sold out and went already before we went live, and a lot of the other elements that we have are going the same way as well. I want to share with you the thread boxes that we've got available first. So you've got a So Lovely and a So Retro on here. You're getting 6 in each of these, which is fantastic. You're going to get 6 reels on each in a really lovely, there we are, a really lovely array of colours. So in this one here, you're going to get the Coral Burst, the Midnight Sky, the Pink Frosting, the Simply Chartreuse, the Forest Green and the Soft Aqua. This one here gives you Soft Yellow, Spring Rose, Sweet Pink, Dusky Peach, Ocean Ripple and Blue Lagoon. Get those £12. Look at the saving on those. It is absolutely awesome. Club Inspired Platinum members, you save £19.18 or £25.70 here on these, which is awesome. Now, Bernie, we've also got a fantastic deal, haven't we, on the Quilting Starter Kit. Absolute essential, I'm thinking, this one, Bernie.
It is. This is a great one because if you are just starting out, or if you need an extra ruler, you need an extra mat and rotary cutter because, you know, I'm sure I'm not the only one that's got quite a few. Even before I started working a Crafter's Companion, I've got a few. So you've got a lot in your stash there. It's a really good kit to have to start off as well, because you've got that A3 mat. So now I've got it sat on top of my big mat here. You've got an A3 mat here. You've got inches on one side. Again, your 45 and 60 degree angle lines on there. And then on the other side, or bits on mine, is centimetres. So again, if you do inches or you do centimetres, you've got the choice. I use inches a lot. So what you could do, and I've got a little bit, you can see a little bit of mark on there. I use this side for other crafts. So I've got a couple of little pen marks on there. I use that for other crafts, and then I keep this side for when I'm doing my quilting. You're also getting the ruler in there. So this is an acrylic ruler that you're going to need to use a rotary cutter with. So we give you the rotary cutter. So your acrylic ruler is 6 by 12 inches. So a really good, decent size. You've got black lines on here, and you've got, I don't want to say fluorescent, but like a yellow line. So depending on what colour fabric you put on, it's going to show up on both. Have I got some really, oh yes, here we go. So if I just grab a piece of fabric here, there we go. So we can see those yellow lines standing out more there when you're on the black fabric. So if you're on a light fabric, obviously you'd follow the black ones. So you've got all of those marks on there in 1/8 of an inch increment, so your common sizes that you're going to use with patchwork. And also you're getting the rotary cutter. So the most common rotary cutter is the 45mm. This one is the one that you just expose your blade with your thumb on there. As soon as you're finished, you pop it back down again. I'm a lefty, to my left hand, it's set up for left-handed cutting. If you're a righty, you just swap it to the other hand, it's already set up for right-handed cutting. So you then you'd expose the blade again and down, and then you've got this guard on here as well. So it does cover that blade as well, because those blades are sharp. You know, I've only ever caught myself a tiny little bit with one, and it was sore for quite a few days. So I say what you're going to do is you're going to get your fabric, pop it on your mat, put your ruler on, line it up. I've got 8 layers here, so it's showing you how good the rotary cutters are. You're just cutting it through, and then you've cut it. And obviously, you say this is good for if you only have a small space to work in. If you know, and when we can go to classes and retreats and things like that, this easily packs up into a compact size for you to take with you. Or like I say, if you go to the caravan or something like that, it's ideal. So it's a really good one to have. And like I say, you can never have too much of any of these 3 items.
Awesome. Grab that whilst it's on such a great deal. You're saving 20% there, which is an awesome deal. $27.99, $35.96. Use your Club Inspired discount on top of there as well. There's one more item. I'm just going to quickly share it with you also, which are some gorgeous little applique items. Do grab those. It's these ones just here. It's a So Country applique dies that you've got in here. They are awesome, really versatile. You've got the floral flourish and the fancy foliage there, which is awesome. A great saving there for you too. Now we must go back to the Riley Blake fabrics. Very busy on the mystery bundle, but also very busy on these, because we had a lot of sellouts on these. Myself and Lizzie launched these about maybe 4 or 5 weeks ago, something like that. And they are a fantastic collection. They are from Riley Blake, as Bernie was telling us earlier, a fantastic company who brings awesome quality. And this was Sarah that has actually put these together for us. So I'm going to go through them for you. So you've got here the Grey Meadow Lane Mane, which is this one just here. You've also then got this one, which is the Grey Meadow Lane Posy. We then have the Meadow Lane Leaves in the grey. You've then got this one, which is beautiful, Pink Meadow Lane Scribble Floral. Then this one, oh, isn't that lush? That's the Grey Meadow Lane Floral Imprint. Look at the colours on this next one here. This is the White Meadow Lane Mane that you've got there. Then we also have the White Meadow Lane Posies, Pink Meadow Lane Leaves, Melon Meadow Lane Scribble Floral. There we are. This is the Melon Meadow Lane Dash Daisy. Awesome. Then we've got the Melon Floral Imprint, Mint Meadow Lane Mane, Mint Meadow Lane Posies. The names on these, honestly, they're killing me today. This is the Cream Meadow Lane Leaf, and then also the Pink Meadow Lane Floral Imprint. Right, all of those guys, £7.19 or £8.98. You'll get an extra 10% off, don't forget. Oh, they're just the most sumptuous quality. Extra 10% off, which is fantastic. And you can use your extra club inspired discount on top of that as well, which is fantastic. Loads of love for all the quilts that we were showing pictures of a little moment ago. Susan says, I have so much fabric in my stash, but I just had to buy that mystery fabric. When it is that great value, absolutely you should. Laura May says that quilt Bernie made is amazing. Kathy says, wow, Bernie, the quilt is stunning. La Quieta says it's off the charts. Christine says it's stunning. Hannah Law says it's beautiful. Anne says it's gorgeous. And Susie T says, okay, so if I want to start some easy, oh, this is a great question actually, Bernie. Susie says, okay, so if I want to start some easy beginner quilting, can I use my old sewing machine or do I need fancy stitches? Great question there.
You don't need fancy stitches at all. To do patchwork, you basically just need a straight stitch. That's all you need. You'll need to get your 1/4 inch. So if you can't buy a 1/4 inch foot for your machine, if it's old, it might not have one. See if you can adjust the needle position, or just draw a line a 1/4 inch away on your fabric. Pop your fabric under and then line up and then pop some like washi tape or masking tape on the top of your machine bed to get that 1/4 inch, and then you're laughing, you're away. Yeah, so awesome. Enjoy.
However, if you want to use that as an excuse to get a new sewing machine, we're not going to stop you, Susie, as well. Just saying, okay? If you need us to enable you, we're here for you. Let's run through these quilting pattern guides. I absolutely love these. Now, you've got different shapes in here. They do loads of different styles for you. This one I've got here is the medallion. You're also going to get the kaleidoscope, the petal, and you're going to get the mandala in here as well. Really gorgeous shapes. Full instructions on the back of here as well. But some people I know can be a little apprehensive, can't they, about using quilting pattern guides or quilt rulers as they're sometimes called. What would be your top tips when you want to starting out with these?
So the top tip is this set, the rotating ones, are actually one of my favourite ones, because you've got that guide in there to guide you around with your foot, so you can't go wrong. You've got that shape in there for you to do it. What I would say is the key bit is to get your machine set up right, which is what I'm going to demo today. So rather than actually do loads of stitching, I'm going to demo how you set your machine up, because I know I've had a few questions lately on people can't get the tension right, but it's not necessarily your tension. So I'm going to take you through that. But I just want to show you a few designs that we've got here that the design team have made. Absolutely fantastic. This one here is the kaleidoscope. So you can see how they perfectly fit all the way around to make a circle. And when you look at the point you're getting, you can see the designs there. Now they're just 4 examples for you to start looking at. But on the back, this is the key part, and we spent a long time getting this right for everyone, is you've got your full instructions, and there's an 8-point design, a 16-point design you can do. And it gives you the numbers, it tells you what order to do it in, and once you start doing that, it's absolutely great. I think this one, to me, reminds me of a spider's web. And because you've got all those 16 points, the other thing, though, brings in nicely is if you need to get this reference guide if you haven't got one, because this gives you those 16 points to help you mark up your work. What I would say is as well is always have a little bit of practice. So you can make, I'm just going to quickly flick through these. Our Tricia and the team made these and shown the 2 different ways you can do these ones, but they don't have to be rotating. But you can see here where Tricia's used that reference guide, she's left her marks on there to show, so you can get everything perfectly lined up. You don't have to guess. This one, she's wrote the numbers on. That's going to rub off or come off in the wash. And then you can have little dinky ones. So, you know, you can see, I mean, it reminds me of, is it Spirograph?
Yes.
That game, that board game, I used to love playing that. You had all the little cogs and everything. I mean, but that one, that's the petal. And that is basically, you're just doing 2 opposite, 2 opposite, 2 opposite. But how effective is that? And if you've got fabric paints or fabric inks, I've been getting some fabric ink pencils, and I'm going to start doing some of these and then colouring them in. Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, they're fab. The pencils, but they've got ink in them. I'm going to have to speak to Leanne to see if we can do them, because you can do it on fabric, which is what I do. I'm not a big colourer, but because fabric's involved, I'm thinking, oh yeah, I want to do it now. So it's amazing, Joe, how things change when the softer side comes in. You know, you start looking at it. So right, so let's have a look at this. Is how you're going to set your machine up. So most machines will have a drop feed or drop dog feed facility. What your feed dogs are is these little teeth under here. So they are underneath your foot. They're your feed dogs. And when you're doing any free motion stitching, you don't want them pulling your fabric back, because when you do normal sewing, they're going to pull your fabric back. They feed it through, back behind the machine and feed it through. You don't want the machine to do that. You want that. So at the back of ours, we've got a little switch that you just press and move along. Some machines might have a button on the front. It's in different places. So if you check your manual, so the first thing you're going to do is drop your feed dogs. The next thing you want to do is, if you can't drop your feed dogs and you've got a manual machine, so say you've got our Gemini stitch, you would set your stitch length to 0, and that will stop the feed dogs moving.
Perfect.
So that, you know, machines will give you that facility. Now you may get with your machine what's called a darning plate that goes over your feed dogs. You don't want to put that on when you're doing ruler work. If you do an ordinary free motion, you can pop that on, but when you're doing ruler work, you don't want to put that on. You just want the feed dogs not to move, okay? So then the next step is your foot. So I've not done this before, Joe, live on air. I'm going to change to the ruler foot because I want people to see how easy it is to do.
And we have those feet available, don't we? Details on the bottom of the screen for the low shank foot, which is is pretty much the one that you say what 95% of people will need to go for, Bernie?
Definitely. Most machines are a low shank. And you know, how you can tell is once you take your foot off here, you're measuring the distance between your shank and the screw. So when we can see this screw here, once your foot's down, if the distance between that screw hole to the base is 1/2 inch, it's a low shank. If it's more than 1/2 inch, it's a high shank. But there are some specialist machines that you have to buy their own foot. I've got a Juki, I think I've got it on me actually. I've got a Juki one, and that its own foot. So there we go. So what you're going to do is take off your standard foot and the ankle. Top tape, when you take it off, don't leave it in 2 parts like that. Leave them together because it's harder to lose that big piece. Cool. The amount of times I've put it down, oh, where have I put it? But you've got a bigger piece not to lose. And you can pop it back in your, in your case like that. And then what you do, you need to take that screw out. Okay? And then on the foot, there's a little groove in here. So we can see we've got this little groove here. That's going to sit over the side of there. And then you're going to get your screw. And when you first start doing this, it can be a little bit fiddly, like when you put your walking foot on. You just need to get that screw lined up so then you can put it on. And the first thing you want to do is, with your finger, I do with my right hand, I just raise this foot up as far as it'll go on the shank. So the shank is what the screw's going into. And then I'm just going to tighten that up. Oh, I better get my head into shot there. My grey roots coming through here. I can't wait to get the hairdresser's jaw.
Oh, don't
man.
start with me. Do you know what though? Mine's got so long, it didn't look too bad now. People keep saying I've had it cut. No, it's just got so long. I've got like the biggest duck tail at the back of me, honestly. I reckon I'll be able to get it in a ponytail
Get a little
too.
ponytail in. Yeah. So there we go. So I've got the foot on there, and like I say, I've got it raised up as far as I can. The other thing as well, if you've got an extension table, pop your extension table on. There we go. So I'm going to pop that on. And get your extension table on if you have one. It is actually better if you've got one. If you haven't, you could put some books around or something like that, or see if you can get
I love the way you say that. Some books.
Some books.
Some books.
Get some books on. And then, obviously, I've got, now, the other thing as well is, before you start doing this, make sure that you've got plenty thread in your bobbin, because there's nothing worse than sewing away and then your bobbin's not working. And then you're going to get your practice sheet. So here's my practice sheet. We see it. This is me whenever I start. I'll turn it round so you can see all of that.
Oh, it's like an
I'm
abstract.
just squiggling.
It's like a Van Gogh.
That's what it is. I need to sign this, don't I? And all I do is I always have this. I just keep this. It's full of threads. I don't trim the threads. This is just my little practice piece to get my... And it's not getting your tension right, it's getting your foot position right. Because there's a big gap in that foot, you can move it slightly up or down. So all I'm going to do is, without the ruler, I'm just going to start stitching. And we can see there that I'm actually not stitching.
Okay.
Now, the first people think of it's my tension, I need to change my tension. It isn't. What it means is your foot needs to be closer to your fabric. So
right.
At this point, you then just loosen the foot a little bit and drop it down, like even 0.5 millimetre. You just drop it down a little bit, and then we'll try again. So that, to me there, I'd still need to drop it down a little bit more because it's not quite catching on. So then what you do is just, again, get it right. So I see it's not necessarily your... tension. Tension's normally the last thing. Let me just put my needle in the middle because I've got it set at 1/4 inch. Thought it looked a bit strange. There we go. So we're stitching now. So we can see now that I'm actually stitching now.
Perfect.
They're just my thread ends. So I now have my correct tension on my sandwich. So I've got, because I'm going to be quilting on 2 layers of fabric and one in the middle, I've now got that correct. So that's the key bit. So if you practice doing that, and then even before you're starting to play with the rules, just go around and round. Doesn't matter what it looks like, just go around and round and round. Change your thread. I've got the pink thread on here off the thread box. I'm using, this is mine at home. It's well used because I've already used 2 of them up. And I've got the pink one on my machine here. I've been using the green. This is a gorgeous one for free motion because it has, although it's 100% cotton, it has a lovely like sheen to it as well. So it's beautiful. So keep this for like your top stitching and your free motion stitching or your quilting rather than your piecing as well. So that's really handy to have. And like I say, then you can start playing with the rulers.
I think it's really handy to have that set up, explained to us, Bernie, because, you know, sometimes maybe you think at home, you think you're just not going to be able to get it working. It's literally just playing around with it until you get it absolutely spot on, which is fantastic. I need to let you know about a sellout in the Meadow Lane fabrics.
That's my favourite.
Is it? Well, yeah. It was your favourite, I'm afraid.
Was my favourite.
It has gone, sold out and gone. The Scribble Floral. I didn't throw it on the floor, thankfully. I was trying to like throw it far enough so it looked dramatic, but not on the floor. It would be disrespectful. It was very dramatic, apparently, but yes, not on the floor. Don't worry, it has sold out. So in your basket, please remove it. It is very busy still across all of the Meadow Lane fabrics. They are absolutely gorgeous. Do check out the website for these and also absolutely everything else, because you've got 10% off of all fabrics celebrating International Quilting Day, which was yesterday, over on our website. So do go and grab those. Something else, very, very busy, of course, is still that mystery fabric bundle. Remember what you're going to get in here. You are going to get 6 awesome half-metre fabrics. Now, we only stock We only stock quilting quality cotton on our website, which is awesome. If you are multi-ordering on these, you may get some duplicates. I don't think that's really all that important because it means they are a consumable. Actually, it might be nice to get a metre of one of these. You never know. I just think it would be worth that. I love that Be Happy fabric that is in there. It is incredible. Half the stock of this is gone. If you're watching this show back at a later date, definitely check the website for the stock situation because it's very busy. A lot of you with this in your basket. Very, very busy on this, Bernie, as we move towards the end of the show. I'm so pleased everyone's getting your star buy, Bernie.
Oh, I am as well, Joe. All I'm doing is I'm just resetting my machine back to normal, and I just wanted to show one little thing that, again, people sometimes might have a problem with. I've took off my foot, put my other foot back on, I've put my feed dogs back up, but when I've put my lever along, nothing's happened. And people have looked at it, oh, my feed dogs are broke, they're stuck, they're not. What happens is, he's a good one, right, we're going to see them here, let me move the thread. When I start turning the hand wheel, then they'll start coming back up. Do you the click?
Oh,
there we
yeah.
go, and they've now started coming back up, they're now moving. So some people do get a little bit worried thinking that their machine's broken. It isn't. You just need to turn your hand wheel again. Joe, I've got your limerick. Have we got time for your limerick?
Yes, right, awesome.
I hope I don't mess it up because it's in my head. Right, are we ready, everyone?
Yes.
There once was a man named Joe who had many strings to his bow. When he's on Crafters TV, it's the place to be because Joe is the one in the know.
Oh, I love it, Bernie. Oh,
You always
thank
get to know
much.
everything, Joe. I'm going to be your bestest friend.
I absolutely love it. And I got Limerick this week. Bernie gave me a beautiful gift last week as well. I mean, I'm just the luckiest man in the world, aren't I?
Everyone
With all of
says
you.
we spoil you and
You
the other
lovely lot as well.
presenters.
It's fantastic. I love these shows. I know you guys do. What I'd like to do, if it's okay, is preview some of the upcoming the upcoming sewing offers that will be on the website from tomorrow, and we've got some great ones for you. I know, like me, you guys love the cotton back cork fabric collection. It's got that foiling on it. It's really, really lovely. You can get 3 of these here for £30 or $46. That's going to be on the website from tomorrow. We've got some great pattern packs going up on the website tomorrow as well. These are those ones here. They're the Threaders bag pattern packs, which are just fantastic. Also, all the Hawaiian applique. These are always so popular. My makeup bag has actually got one of these on the side of it, which is absolutely awesome. Do grab that, $35.98 or $41.94. Also going up tomorrow, something that sold out last time we did this. I think, was it me and you, Bernie, did this? And I actually made a button using this. If I can do it, anyone can do
They're back in
it.
stock, aren't they? I'm
They
so
are.
excited.
You'll be able to get them on the website from tomorrow, $10.99 or $14.95, which is awesome. Right, Bernie, we need to do your giveaway, if that's okay.
Absolutely
The winner... do you want to remind us what we're getting?
Yeah, I'm just surrounded by Hawaiian dyes. I'm all prepared. Whatever you mention to me, Joe, I'm here. I've got samples. So we've got that fat quarter pack of the Enchanted Forest. You're getting 4 fat quarters in there, so you're getting a metre of fabric, 4 different designs. And then we're getting the 12-inch quilting stencils to get you on your quilting journey. But you can use pens through there, inks, fabric paints, anything.
Susie T is the winner. Susie T on
Well
YouTube.
done, Susie.
Drop us an email, please. prizes@crafterscompanion.com. prizes@crafterscompanion.com. You'll be back next week then, Bernie, with Softer Side Life. I believe you'll be with Ben, I think. Oh, also, demo of the show. We're just going to put the cushion in, yeah?
Yes, it's kind of. I'm not
Fantastic.
throwing it this time, Joe, because I hit the lights last time.
So that is going in. Remember, we'll decide what is going to be the demonstration of the week later, a little bit later on today. I'm going to be up with Craig for craft class at 3 p.m. here in the UK. A little bit of a change to the schedule. And also I'll be with Craig now for the 7 p.m. show, which is 3 p.m. East Coast, where we'll be doing Second Chance Sunday. And we'll be deciding what the creation of the week is. It's going to be a fun-filled, action-packed Super Sunday here on Crafters TV. So absolutely do not go anywhere. Get yourself a cuppa, make some lunch, get yourself a roast potato or have some breakfast. Whatever you want to do, just make sure you're back here in 90 minutes with me, okay? See you then, bye.